A trip to the mechanic can be daunting, especially if you don't know an axle from, say, your elbow. The January issue of ShopSmart Magazine debunks some car care myths that end up costing you money. Here with more is ShopSmart's senior editor, Jody Rohlena. Jody, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, let's get straight to the myths, because this one I really didn't think was a myth. I used to do this all the time when I drove, because here in the city we really don't drive that much. But warm up your engine before you take off. You don't need to do that?
You don't need to do that anymore. You used to need to do it with the older cars, but the newer ones actually warm up faster and better while you're driving them. So you can hop in, turn it on, and get going.
This is another one. Use premium grade gasoline. You don't need to do that. You don't need to spend the extra money.
You don't, and it's up to like 20 cents a gallon more. No need to do it unless you've got a sports car, a luxury car. Most cars, 87 is fine, the cheap stuff.
Well, that kind of worries me because, you know, when you go to the dealer and you buy the car or whatnot, anyone, it says, okay, this car requires premium grade gasoline. That's just a lie?
Well, no, if they tell you that, then it may require the higher octane, you know, and that's, again, usually the sports cars, the luxury cars. High performance engines do better with the higher octane gas, but most cars are fine with regular.
All right, and change your oil every 3,000 miles. I think many of us have heard that. Is that necessary?
And you'll hear that when you get your oil changed because they want you to come back sooner. You don't have to. Most of the newer cars can go 7,500 miles or more. Now you'll want to look at the manual to see what your car is best at, but 3,000 miles is not really a requirement for most cars. You know, some, if you're in stop and go traffic, if you haul a trailer or live in the mountains or the desert where things are dusty, maybe you do need to do that, but chances are it's not necessary.
That's a big difference from 3,000 to 7,500 miles.
Yeah, just imagine the money that'll save.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it comes to tire pressure, that can make all the difference. It can save you on gasoline. We've heard that in the past too. Where do you go to determine how much pressure? Is it on the tire itself or inside on the car, and the door area?
Yeah, there's a number printed on the tire. That's the maximum amount of pressure that your tire can withstand. The optimal pressure is usually on a sticker inside the glove box, on the door jamb, or maybe inside where the gas cap is.
Right.
So look there and find out what that optimal number is, because that'll give you the maximum performance and gas mileage.
So don't go off of the tire then?
Don't go off the tire. That is the max, but not the optimal.
Okay, and you know, a lot of times when you buy a car, they'll say, look, you really need to get your maintenance done at the dealership. Is that just a ploy to make money?
Yes, basically. They want you to come back. They want to service your car. They want your business. They want your money. You can get that scheduled maintenance done anywhere, but we do recommend keeping receipts, keeping a record, so that if there's any kind of dispute with your warranty, you can show that in fact you've had the scheduled maintenance, you've just had it done elsewhere.
Okay, that was one thing I wanted to ask you. So that doesn't null and void your warranty if you go somewhere else?
You're getting it done and keeping track of it, and you can prove it if something does come up.
Okay, and when it comes to washing that car, can you use dish soap, laundry soap? Is that stuff just fine?
It's not just fine. Actually, it could really affect the coat of your, you know,
I've done that before.
Well, don't do it again. Okay. Yeah, buy the special car soap, and you know, you can buy it at any auto parts store. Not a big deal, but don't use the stuff you've got under the sink.
It can really dull your paint?
Yeah, it can take off the wax, which affects how your paint wears. So yeah, just not a good idea.
Okay, and then flush coolant with every oil change. Is that just a myth?
Yeah, it is a myth, and in fact, you don't have to do that very often at all. You can go 5 years, up to 60,000 miles before that coolant needs to be flushed. So no, it's not something that happens every time you get your oil changed.
All of this is going to save us a lot of money.
It can, yeah. Do all these things, it could really add up.
All right, Jody, well, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.